Oh no, I think he's having a Vietnam flashback. Jesus Christ. When it comes to developing COD games, you and I are clueless. We don't know as much as we think we do or we would like to, which makes the situation around COD 2020 that much more interesting that I don't think we fully understand it. Hey lads, how are you doing today? Well, I have a little treat for you now. We might have some new information about this game, but I can't verify it. That's the disclaimer. Thing is, this game is and has been developed by many different studios. It's been passed around or changed hands many times, like an infection. I guess everything's going just fine. When this was all going down, when COD 2020 was falling apart, Activision probably, literally, mentally and physically probably shat the bed. So to give some context about what's going on here and kind of recap for the billionth time, but it is very important to understand what is going on. Originally, this game was being worked on by two different studios. Sledgehammer Games, who have done Advanced Warfare and World War II, and then Raven, who were the supporting studio and have supported the development of COD games since the original Black Ops. However, during the development, many people left Sledgehammer Games, so they no longer had the manpower to be the main studio, the leading studio for a COD game, so Raven took over. This caused some friction and differences between the studios and the directions they wanted to take the game, and everything, you know, there's some bad blood. So to make sure that this game would be a complete product on the deadline, Treyarch was scrambled in, you know, Activision probably panicked, and Treyarch were brought in to take over. Now, I will slot in the new information here. So this information comes from DK Dynamite, a YouTuber primarily from the zombies community, who I know is in contact with ex-Treyarch employees. He has received information about zombies content, which became true, and he also talks to said leakers like TGR and the Woo lads. So he, in his recent video, said that, once again, I can't verify this information because he doesn't verify it, he just blurts it out but doesn't give like a source or anything. But it was said that this game, COD 2020, started development by Raven, but I thought they were the supporting studio, I don't know, back in 2016, late 2016. Lads, fellas, when I heard this, I was mind blown, and I hopefully you are too, because late 2016? We're in the year 2020, that's ages ago. At that point, Infinite Warfare was the newest COD game, and Sledgehammer's now previous game, World War II, had not even been released yet. What? Anyways, hold your horses because that is not a complete, concrete fact. Let's get that straight. This actually really reminds me of Modern Warfare 3, another history lesson here, and I don't want it to get too jumbled up or confusing, but just to tell you, Modern Warfare 3, back in the day, was started by the old Infinity Ward. Then that old Infinity Ward basically dissolved. So Activision rebuilt Infinity Ward, but it was basically a new studio, and then the studios we're talking about, Sledgehammer and Raven, also helped Modern Warfare 3. So Modern Warfare 3 was pretty much worked on by 4 completely different studios. The development of this game was going so poorly, it was a ticking time bomb just waiting to not explode because it wasn't bloody finished in time, man. I think there might be a bit of misconception here from the community, but like I said, it's because we don't really know anything about game development, and what goes on behind the scenes is a mystery to us. But I think there's a bit of a misconception that Treyarch had a year and a half to develop a full AAA COD game from scratch, but that's probably... no, it's not the case. When Treyarch took over, like last May or whatever, we do not know the state that the game was in. It's not like Treyarch are starting from scratch. They had everything that Sledgehammer and Raven had worked on, and even if this game did not start in 2016, let's just say it started the year after, in 2017, nice counting, bruv. Even then, when Treyarch took over, this game was halfway through its its scheduled development, because it's a 3-year cycle and a year and a half either way. So yes, Treyarch were bought in because the game was not coming together well, but even then it was halfway through its development time. It's not like they had nothing. It's not like they were handed a sack of crap or a useless skeleton. Like I was saying, we truly have no idea how these games are actually developed and what happens and when and how exactly. For all we know, character models, weapon animations and sounds, like maybe prototype maps or level layouts might have already been done, and let's just say the game mainly focuses around Vietnam. We probably had like, I don't know, textures of, I don't know, jungle and stuff, you know, whatever Vietnam even is. Shout out to the Vietnamese lads. You know, it's like Sledgehammer shows up to Treyarch's door like, hey, we got this palm tree that you can use in the game. I have no idea what's going on. It is more than likely that Treyarch already had, how do I word this, a lot of what they needed to do already set out for them. You know, the early development stuff, even though we have no idea what that actually entails, was already done, and they just had some of the pieces now to piece together, kind of. Okay, I've got it. I've got the analogy. It's like, imagine you're making a puzzle, but first you have to make the puzzle pieces, and then once you've made the puzzle pieces, you break it, then put it back together, right? This time, Treyarch already has the puzzle pieces made for them, but they just need to stick them together. You know, they have less time, but at the same time, they do still have Raven and Sledgehammer Games, another 2 studios, and maybe even some smaller ones, to help them. You know, so what I'm trying to say is, maybe this is not as tragic of a situation after all. This game might deliver on a massive scale that maybe people aren't expecting because of this, like, what did I call it earlier? Like, not hysteria, but like, community, like, misunderstanding? I don't know what I said. So lads, tell me, what do you think? Because I don't know what I think. That's why I just spewed out whatever words I said today. So, stay spicy lads, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.